Hey guys, Kenshi here. So I've been enjoying the Valorant closed beta for about a week now. As a player that's been playing first-person shooter games for a very long time, a proper warm-up is always very important to me. I think a lot of you guys can relate to this as well. If we're not properly warmed up, it can take a very long time to get into our A game, sometimes even ruining the whole playday. I use the practice range in games a lot to warm up and to learn the game as a new player as well. And I think practice range also shows how much effort the devs have put in for the game. I've spent plenty of time in games like CSGO, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 4, and now Valorant. I'm extremely impressed with the practice range that Riot Games have made for Valorant. And I think right now it has the best practice range out of any games that I've ever played. Now this is the closed beta, so in the future, the practice range might look a little different, but I think it's already very polished and not too much needs to be changed or added. So when you're at the main menu, you can go to your top right, click practice, and select open range. Here you get to pick your agent. I do have all unlocked. Even if you don't have all unlocked, you get to try all of them. Holding the F1 button shows you the agent's ability. You will always spawn here first. You can buy any weapons that you would like. Your credits are unlimited. Your abilities are unlimited as well. In this open space here, there are these floating targets that you can shoot. They will respawn in a few seconds. You can shoot those moving drones as well. They will also respawn in a few seconds. When you come over here, this is where you do your shooting test in the tutorial. You can press F3 to change some of the settings. For example, the strafing speed of the bots, how many you need to eliminate, whether the bots have armor or not. This will affect some weapons' one-shot headshot abilities and at certain ranges. Right now, the infinite ammo option is either completely infinite or like in your regular games. I hope the developers can have one more setting for us so that we have unlimited magazines, but we do need to reload. They do have this infinite magazine setting enabled in custom games, but this is definitely something that the developers can add in practice range. And I'm pretty sure they will at some point. Here it shows your mouse sensitivity. You can actually increase it or decrease it just by shooting at the boxes. I'm not going to change mine, but when you shoot the boxes, that's what it does. You can make the bots spawn, and you can make them strafe, meaning they're not standing still. Whenever you change the bot settings, just hit reset. I really would like to see they elaborate a little more. For example, maybe the bots can spawn on higher grounds, or maybe they can fire, or maybe we can enable some boxes, some obstacles here. That would help. Now let's walk over here to this area. It's a big target and shows you where the bullet hits. In CSGO, there's a custom map that we practice recoil on, and it has something very similar. You can clear the targets. You can set the distance. Now it's 5 meters. You can move it further out. This small target here enlarges where the bullets actually hit. Now there is a bot on the right side. If you hit it, it shows you how many damage you've dealt with how many shots. 21 bullets, 2691 damage. For example, you want to put it at 30 meters. And you want to test your recoil control and see how many shots you can hit out of 25. This is a teleporter here. When you walk through it, this will be your spike diffuse scenario. You can change the difficulty and infinite ammo on or off. This is part of the tutorial as well. If you want to redo it, this is where you come to. If you want to walk back, just walk back the teleporter. Now I want to show you guys here a very cool little thing. I'm very surprised that the developers put in for Valorant in the practice range. See these footprints here? You walk over here, it says course started. This is a jump course. Pretty hard to do. This is also something that CSGO has in the workshop maps. There are checkpoints here. You can reset to go back. If you die, you will respawn at the checkpoints. When you click reset, you spawn near the shooting range with the bots. It is cool, but I do see that some people will just play Jet and cheat. Because she can get anywhere onto the map. As far as I've discovered, this is the end of the jump course. It does say there are 16 checkpoints. I have not found all of them yet, but it actually looks pretty difficult when you don't use Jet. I can definitely see why Riot Games did this, because of the fact that they say there will be no custom games. So they want to have something that can compete with the community-made custom games in CSGO. Because that is a huge part of CS and a big reason why there are so many people playing it. And this will pretty much be the entire practice range in Valorant for now. I can definitely foresee the developers adding more stuff into this in the future to compensate the fact that there will be no mods or custom games. Because I do believe that is a huge part that keeps games popular for a prolonged period of time. Compared to the practice range in other games, for example Overwatch or Battlefield 4, I think Riot Games did a very good job. The practice range in Overwatch looks nice, but it lacks a lot of features. For example, strafing bots, realistic in-game size target, because the bots in Overwatch have a giant hitbox. If you want to practice against, for example, Tracer, she has a super tiny hitbox. The bot probably has twice, maybe even 3 times the hitbox of Tracer. It took them a long time to make death matches. And to my experience so far, that's what most players use now for warming up, instead of the practice range. Practice range in Overwatch is more for new players to understand what each character does. Their abilities, their ultimate, their movement, etc. Rainbow Six Siege disappointedly do not even have a practice range. As such a big title game with that many players and has been out for 4 years, having no practice range is very odd. What I do simply is just go into custom game, load up Hereford base, and spawn on the shooting range. Valorant so far has set a very good example of what developers are capable of, but certain ones, in my opinion, are not reaching the max capability that they could have done for their big title games. Thank you guys so much for watching. There will definitely be more Valorant videos coming up on guides, tutorials, gameplays, and more. I will be streaming Valorant closed beta as much as possible, pretty much every time that I play. The link will be in the description below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.